guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and yes, I've got yet another kit review for you here today. In fact, it's actually two kits, but we're just going to have a good look at one of them. We'll have a look through both, but we'll have a good look at one of them. So the first one we're going to look at is this one here, and this is the B-Type Military Omnibus from Miniart. This is part of my little thing I'm buying all these kits up. This is kit number 39001, World War I military series, and this is basically the London bus, which has been militarised, obviously, for transporting soldiers into zones where they're required or whatever, or getting people out or whatever. I don't know. There is no, one thing I have noticed, I've never noticed before, I'm not sure if it's common with all Miniart kits, but there is no sort of, you know, the B-Type military omnibus was used from 1916 to 1918 and blah 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 blah, and was made by such and such and did this and that. You know, there's none of that at all. It's just the kit. So basically, you've got a lovely image on the front of the box there, if military buses are your thing. Great artistry in the background. Kit number, as I say, 39001, made by Miniart, 1/35th scale. Looking around the box, we've got the Ukrainian, Russian and English languages here. We've got all this telling us about the kit there. It's not recommended for children under 3, but it says for modelers age 14 and over. So, I don't know. If you're a child under 14, I guess you're all right. I don't know, I'm just being stupid. And we've got Miniart models there with their address and everything. And then we've got the end of the box there, looking at on the other side of the box, and these are the options you can build from this kit. You can see we've got one here with W and D. That one there has just got, looks like BND on the side, RND perhaps, and then we've got 91 MTC ASC, 93 MTC ASC, and then we've got 44 there, so you could take your pick. I'd imagine they're all the same. It looks like maybe that one is slightly darker in colour and it has the windows painted out, whereas this one has the windows painted out. This one has the clear windows. These are boarded up. These are boarded up. This one has a toolbox and those two don't. Well, those three don't. So, you know, it's there's lots of different little options in there. Accuracy, I don't know. But basically, as with all Miniart kits, beautifully packaged. Everything is in sort of bags within a bag, but they bag everything up so tightly that you rarely get any damage. And these are the biggest Miniart sprues I've ever seen, I must be honest. They're normally lots and lots of small sprues. But we'll have a quick look at the instructions in here, just to show you the different options, and then we'll thoroughly look at the other kit I've got. So if we just stick that there, if it will stay up on the side, stay there please. There we go. Right, so here's the instructions. Nice opening, sort of glossy manual, which is great for you, not so good for me. But when we get inside, the paper's not so shiny. But highly detailed model, accurate engine. God, is it an accurate engine? Clear parts included, photo etch parts included. Deco sheet for 5 variants. So we can see on here, when we open up, we've got colour callouts here. This is the 52 Koi Air Army Service Corps, Brighton 1914. So we've got comrades there painted on. We've got W and D, and that's mechanical transport is saying there. And then we've got an undefined unit, Royal Naval Division, Boulogne, Autumn 14. And this one's got the painted out windows. This one has the windows all see-through. You can see here we've got the wooden flooring and the brown wooden seats and everything there. And then here we're going into sprue callouts and instructions and everything. What I'm going to do here is go straight to the back. This here's our third option. This is 91 Koi ASC Army Service Group, Ypres, I can't remember how you say it now, Spring 1915, and that you can see has got the boarded up lower windows, and also it's all painted green in the top. So if you're one of these that likes to build your model up and just paint it, then that's going to be the one for you, because you could just paint it green. And then over the page here we have the 93 Koi Army Service Corps Somme Autumn 1916, used as an ambulance. There we go, this is what I said in the front of the box. So this one was used as an ambulance, so I'm guessing it would have had stretchers and stuff in the bottom rather than seating, but I guess there'll be an option for that. And then we've also got the seats here, and you can see the stairs on the back and everything. And then finally the fish option is the Army Service Corps 90 Koi Kassel Summer 1917, and you can see this one's got the boarded up windows. We can also see the difference here, like this one's got some tools on the front of it here. You can see there it's got a shovel and everything, whereas this one has nothing. That one's also got the toolbox and that one doesn't. So obviously used as an ambulance, then it wouldn't have had it. We can see that this one has the tools. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the back, that's why. Duh. Yeah, that one has nothing. That one has tools. This one has tools. I'm just going to look inside, just as a matter of interest for you that might want to get this. When we look at the interior, are there options for the interior to have stretchers or seats? That's the top. It looks like they're all the same. Looks like they've all got the benches in, so obviously they just put the stretchers onto the benches, I'm guessing. Because knowing Miniart, if there was a difference, they would tell you. I have heard there are a couple of little inaccuracies with this kit, like, you know, this London bus, they've used a restored example and it's got the wrong coil on the engine or something like that. There are some small errors with the kit. But that's the military one, and as you can see, it's all looking lovely. And for those of you that want to build a bus that looks a little more sort of traditional, shall we say, we've got this one here, and this is pretty much the same kit. It's an end-on artwork. You can see it's very, very nice indeed. And this one I found on eBay, and it was 25 quid or best offer, but it was an auction and it had only been going for a couple of hours, so I just sent him an email, so I'll give you 30 quid for it, and he was like, yeah, all right. So he's happy because he's got more than he originally expected, which would have, they're normally fetching about 45, 49 pounds from what I can see. And indeed this one came with a Wonderland model sticker on it, and it said 49.99, so bargain. So you can see on there, beautiful artwork in London with Big Ben in the background. And you can see period lighting and everything, and the cobbled streets and everything. It's really, really nice. I'm guessing you could probably get some figures for it, so you can get a driver and everything. But you can see it's really nice artwork. And this is B-Type London Omnibus 1919. So this is like after the war. Sorry, we haven't looked around the box, have we? So on the side here, we've got all the different options. So we've got Dubonnet wine and Lyons tea. They're all Cricklewood Victoria line, or route, should I say. This one here, Matheson Lang Carnival and D-Wars. Is that honey that says there? Wearings and maples, bedstead bedding. And then we've got maple carpets and curtains and Kawara wines. That looks very much like Coca-Cola there, doesn't it? Kawara wines. So there we go, and they're all general, so they're all pretty much the same looking at them. They've all got the cattle grids on the side. This has got Swan Vestas on the bottom. This one says Horlicks, good old British bedtime drink. True Gelates or whatever, and that one's got True Gelates on it as well. So there we go. Other side of the box is just basically the same as the other one. You've got your Ukrainian, Russian and English languages. So, looking in the box, let's get those out of the way. Same sort of thing again, typical Miniart bag, you know, one bag with all the sprues in. Once you take them out, you'll never get them back in again. Lovely Deco Sheet there, you can see, and we've got some clear parts as well. So this one has been a bit battered in the post. The seller just wrapped it in brown paper, and I think it's got a hole in the bottom of the box here, and it's been a bit battered around. You can see the front of the box is all sort of caved in where it's had something heavy on top of it. So there may be a couple of damaged parts in here, who knows, but it doesn't really matter. So again, highly detailed model, accurate engine, blah, blah, blah. So you've got 8 options for side adverts, 3 options for front adverts, and 3 options for rear adverts. So if you're really, really struck on your accuracy, you best do some reference before you start making the wrong, just looking at this, yeah, 303. I don't remember seeing evening stand as an option. Okay, so we've got options here that don't exist on here. So options here, because I haven't seen evening standard on the side of the box, but we'll have a look now. So going in here, we've got a lovely colour call out here on this lovely glossy paper of the different colours. So we've got the Dubonnet there, Lyons tea, Horlicks. We've got Lux for Won't Shrink woolens. There's some fun looking at the adverts in here. And then we've got Pears soap on the front, and that's to the route it's going to take. We've got all our different decals inside, our warning decals and everything, all our seating and all the placements there you can see. So it's really nice. And then going over the page here, we've got the Carnival, Matheson Land Carnival, D-Wars. We've got the colour chart there. We're calling out Viejo, Mr. Colour, AK Real Colours. Bloody hell, I've never seen them listed. Mission Models, Ammo MiG and Tamiya. How wonderful. Thank you so much, Miniart, for not being tied to one company like Ammo MiG or AK whatever, and then we've all got to do cross-referencing. We've got it all there, and if you can't cross-reference your related paints from that lot, then give up, because you got them all there. And then going into the back of the book, we've got here another option. So we've got the nice glossy paper, wearings and maples. We've got iron jelloids for weakness, Vino's cough cure, Heinz 57 there I see, Santa's disinfectants, Pear's soap, all sorts. And then there we've got maple, carpets and curtains, and then we've got Carrara wines, Pear's soap and all that here. Another suffragist leader arrested. So yeah, really good stuff. And then here you've got the adverts. This is the one I don't have. This is the one I actually wanted to get, but couldn't find it. So this one was cheaper, so it doesn't really matter. And then we've got the military bus, which I've just showed you. And if you notice, on here you've got the Deco Sheet in the kit, but it doesn't have all those big labels on it. That's because you basically cut them out of paper. So you've got blank on the back here, and then you cut these out, and these are your actual posters that are going to go on the actual model itself. And I've just remembered, I forgot to show you something which was a really nice touch in the military kit, even if you don't use them on the bus, but for your spares box, on the back here you have all these posters. You can see them close up there, all these different World War I period posters. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, don't throw your instruction manual away if you build that one. Cut them out, because they're going to be great for your dioramas. So you know, like on a wall of a derelict building or something. So we'll have a quick look through these instructions for this one. As I say, the kits are basically the same with a couple of small differences. This one has, I've had a very quick look just through the first bit. This one has an extra couple of sprues, like this one here, BD, and you'll find that when it comes to the front suspension, for instance, this is something I noticed. This one's calling for BD. The axle on this one is actually got this bow in it here, you can see there. And the actual axle for the military one is just straight. Okay, let me see if I can improve this lighting for you guys. That may be a little bit better, but basically we can see on here we've got all our sprue callouts and everything, lots and lots and lots of parts. Okay, so we're going into the instructions. I think you can see a lot better now. So we've got the engine halves going together, adding on the sum. We've got the exhaust and the intake and everything going in. And then we've got this little symbol here, the star, that is scratch build, so that means add your own. So it's a little bit of vinyl tubing or a bit of wire or something. And you've got PE spark plug caps there, as you can see, and the spark plugs are in the engine. So very detailed. Flywheel there with the clutch mechanism going on there. Cylinder heads and everything going on up here, and then we're starting on the transmission. Building up the ladder chassis frame. So quite a complex little assembly there. You have to make sure it all remains flat and square and everything. Basically put a steel rule in there, sellotape it to one side, and that'll hold it all together. Then you can put the engine in. The engine's going to go in from underneath, so it looks like it's actually hanging in there, perhaps. It looks like it's hanging off the chassis rail. So the engine's very low down in the chassis. And then we've got little bits and pieces of greeblies, of suspension, and which springs, leaf springs and everything going together. Some mudguard mountings there, by the look of things, probably leave them off for now, they're going to get broken. And then we've got the rear leaf springs going in, front leaf springs, and then we've got the flywheel cover there. That's obviously like an engine brake or something perhaps, or maybe just a protective cover for the flywheel. And then you've got the rear axle going together with the differential assembly, and then the outer axle halves going in, putting all that in together. And then we're building up the radiator in lots of separate parts. So that's very nice. We've got some more scratch building here. Use a bit of wire to make up the throttle lever by the look of things. Steering box going together there. Adding in some bulkheads. There's lots and lots to this kit. And then we've got the axle going in. As I say, you use the curved type axle on this one, whereas the military one has a flat axle. We've got steering, or no, that's suspension arms it looks like. Looks like that's suspension arms going in the back there. We've got 4 of them. Very unusual. Usually on an old vehicle like this, they would have had, you know, just had the leaf springs, but this vehicle actually has a 4-link suspension with leaf springs. Unusual. This looks like steering gear going in here now, or is it? No, it's not. It looks like it's part of the pedal mechanism actually. More PE parts going in here. Building up some wheels. More pedal mechanism there going in. And then we've got the lights going together there. Very nice touch. I'm guessing they could be polished brass. I'm guessing, yes, it looks like they are, so get your Alclads out. And then floor going in there, steering column and everything. Horn there. That's all nice. And then going over the page here, we're adding in the radiator brace to the bulkhead. Engine side covers, you can have it open or closed. And then we've got the little fill-in pieces going in there. Building up the exhaust, more PE on the exhaust. And then we've got, I'm guessing, a handbrake lever. No, there's the handbrake lever. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is at all. I'm not a bus expert. That's or a World War I bus expert, should I say. More lights going on. It looks like that's the headlights. And then over the page, we're starting onto the main bus body itself. So we're putting all the glazing in the front and rear panels. We've got our floor there, which looks like it's in one piece. And then we're building up the benches. In this one, you're getting the cushions. In the Warburg one, obviously, you just get slatted seats. And then we've got open and closed options for our side windows. Building up the mud guards. And then going over here, we've got more of the sides going together with some glazing and everything. Putting the sides on. And then we're working on the top. Yeah, this is the top of the lower deck. And then we've got a water container of some sort there. I'm not sure what that's for. Then we've got some pipe work. It's not maybe a heater or something, I don't know. And then we've got the side piece going on there, and a little stowage box there, maybe a little toolbox or something, I don't know. And then we've got the actual upper deck now. So this is the floor of the upper deck. Notice it's got the camber on it. I remember that from going in these buses when I was a lad. Well, not these, but the ones that came not much later. And then we've got the bench seats going in the top. Obviously they're wood because it's open and they don't want them getting ruined by the rain. And then we've got that going on there. I'm not quite exactly sure what that is. That's going into there. And then obviously more seats. And then we've got these frameworks going around the top. Frameworks going underneath. These are the grab the grab rails for the lower deck. And then we've got a bell there, look. And then we're adding the upper deck to the lower deck. I'm guessing that could be left unglued so you could display the lower deck. And then here we've got a box with a lid that's folding out. Not exactly sure what that is. And then we've got this little unit going on here. So this might be the conductor's station where he keeps all his bits and pieces. And then we've got the back piece going on there. Remember, this is upside down, so this is the rear step going in here that you step on, and then you make your way up the staircase. And there is said staircase being put together, added in the back with all the grab rails and everything. And you can see this model is very, very complete. You're not left to scratch build anything really. And then you've got the railing there going in. And then we've got the... these are the panels. These would have been like the aluminium or steel panels or whatever. And then you'll put your decals on there or your stickers on there, stick them on. And that'll be your advertisements. And then you've got the mudguards here going in. Rear number plate. And then we're adding the body onto the chassis and fitting on our mudguards there, look. So, like I said, I would leave these off until you've done this because they're going to get broken off. They're bound to get broken off. And then you've got your mudguards going on there with the headlights and everything with some PE brackets. Putting on the wheels, adding in the little skirts on the side here to stop things running underneath. And there we go, that's it, complete. And as I say, we've got all those lovely colour call-outs and all our lovely decals there. So let's have a look at some plastic. Okay, so as we can see here, we have a bag of sprues, and this is actually, unusually for Miniart, this is actually heat sealed, so non-resealable, which is very unusual. So as far as I know anyway. So we've got a big bag here with everything in. We're going to get everything out. Like you see, we've got a couple of small broken off ejector tabs in the bottom of the bag there. So we're going to keep the bag just in case. Here we've got a separate bag with clear parts and decals in there. Luckily the decals haven't been damaged by this one on top. Would have rather have seen that in a separate bag, to be honest, because with this being on top, any pressure on the top would actually damage your decals. So we'll have a look at those in a minute. This is going to be a little photo etch envelope you can see here. We'll have a photo etch sheet in here, which is going to be very nice indeed. It's stuck, I don't know why, but it's actually stuck in there. Strange. There we go. Wow, that is a tight fit. So we've got a small PE fret there. You can see we've got the these are the baseboards for our labels and everything, and then we've got some rings there for the exhaust and some headlight brackets. We've got our serial number plates there with the B4912 and various bits and pieces. So lovely little photo etch fret there, and it's actually too wide, so they make it fit. I think I'll put it in that way. There we go, just put it like that for now and then it'll be okay. Right, so obviously don't want to go to the expense of making a whole new size envelope just for that one PE fret. So that can go over there out of the way. We should move all this plastic up here out of the way. Get rid of that thing and put that up there. So we've got all these little ejector pin tabs. They look like ejector tabs to me, but they may be parts. So we'll put those in the box just in case. So here we've got our clear parts. Again, this is a sealed bag, so maybe Miniart aren't that big on resealable bags. Strange. So we'll have a look at this and see what these clear parts look like. Have a look at the decals as well. Back to one side. So we've got our clear parts for our headlights, and boy oh boy, they are very, very clear, as you can see. Pretty nice and flat too as well. Normally you get sink marks and stuff in clear parts, but they are very nice. Really nice headlamp lenses and beautifully clear. And then we've got the main, we've got two of these. We've got two of these clear frets here, again with all our flat windows in them. As you can see, again, they're nice and clear. But really for this you don't want them perfect, because in these days glass wasn't perfect. So there is a little bit of a unevenness on there if you look, and I think they're going to look very authentic. Because glass in these days, if you look at any old buildings, the glass is not perfect. It's not perfectly see-through, it's not flat. So yeah, we've also got, I mean, I haven't touched this, and we've got fingerprints on there, so that's interesting. That's the fingerprints of the person that packed it. There we are. So that's you've got two of those frets, they're clear. Put those away now so they don't get scratched. And then our Deco Sheet is here. It says printed in Ukraine. And it's got a little sign down there that I can't see. Decograph, is that? So I think the Decograph decals, you can see the image down there. So there we go, we've got all the little adverts and stuff, and the Quickerwood Victoria route and everything on it. Okay, so very nice indeed, lovely little Deco Sheet. So we'll put that back in the bag like that. We'll put those clear parts away in there. We'll put them in another bag, I think. So let's have a look at some of this plastic. And we can see here, this is the main sprue. This is sprue. Where's the letter on here? This is sprue D. So here we can see this is the front face. Lovely, lovely plastic to work with. Not too hard, not too soft. Really, really nice. Very similar to the Border Models plastic. Lovely to work with. Really, really nice. And very similar to the ICM plastic as well, which is also a dream to work with. So here we've got our side panels here for the, this is going to be for the upper section, I'm guessing. And then we've got bulkheads here. This is upper bulk, that's the rear steps there. And here you've got the wood floor on there, you can see. The wooden slatted floor, which is very nice. I'm assuming these bulges with the holes in are lamps of some sort. But yeah, we've got all the railings there, beautifully moulded, as you can see, really finely moulded, and none of them are broken. So that's a really nice touch. And you can see on here we've got all this lovely rivet detail. If I can catch it in the light, we've got all that lovely rivet detail on there. So yeah, it's going to look a lovely little model built, because it's such an interesting subject, and particularly the London one, because it's all red and black and white. It's all going to look, you know, really, really nice, and you can just give it a slight weather and just age it a bit, and it'll look fantastic. But very, very nice indeed. We've got some ejector pin marks here, but it looks like they're going to obviously be covered up. But if you notice on here, a little bit of shrinkage, but it looks like that's going to be covered up anyway with another panel. But there's no ejector pin marks anywhere where they matter. So you kind of wonder how these Ukrainians do this. They seem to have a way of not using ejector pins, or using ejector pin tabs. And remember that Modelsvik kit we looked at, it wasn't ejector pin in sight. So really, really good. Very nice indeed. You know, I can think of some manufacturers, they'd have 6 ejector pin marks in there. It's an area. But yeah, so very nice indeed. Another large sprue here. Bit of foam put on there to protect those fine parts, so we will put that back afterwards. But here we've got the actual, this is the roof of the lower section. You can see we've got some oil on there. And then this is the floor of the upper deck. You can see the detail on there is stunning. You can imagine that with a bit of a wash and a bit of a scrape and a scuff on it. We've got the steps there going up with all the lovely panel and rivet detail on them. You can see in there, really lovely. And then here's the side rail going up the steps. And then we've got the sides of the lower deck, the actual seat units. Ejector pin marks there, but I'm assuming they get hidden. I have to have a look, because I'm big on this Ukrainian ejector pin mark thing now. They seem to be the world leaders in ejector pin not seeing sort of thing. Yep, there's paddles, foam, upholstered panels go on the sides on the inside there, so they're going to be covered up, just as I thought. So really, really nice, really, really lovely. You can see again on this sort of swooping piece that's going to go up around with the stairs, there's all the rivet detail on there. Very, very nice indeed. And you can see lovely detail on the outside of this piece here, where the stairs are, and then when you flip it over you've got equally good detail on the inside. Lots and lots of cleanup, obviously very, very fragile parts. You have to be really careful getting your parts off your sprues, and really think about the order you cut them off in. Quick little bit for beginners here, if you're using like really cheap cutters like these, be aware that when you cut they do tend to push the plastic away. So for example, if you remove that one first, you're likely to break it off because it's got nowhere to go. You'd be better off cutting this one, say, and this one, and just gently free the part up so it moves away from the sprue, or better still use a razor saw, unless you've got some lovely little fine Tamiya cutters like this, and then you can get in there and cut them off without too much trouble, because the older, the cheaper steel type cutters, as they cut, they tend to push the plastic apart, whereas your single edge nippers or your double edge nippers like these Tamiya ones, they will actually just nip the plastic nicely. So bear that in mind. But this is beautiful, really, really nice. So that foam, I don't remember where it was now, but it was there to protect those little parts there, wasn't it? So put that back like that. Right, now we're on to some small sprues. So these are seats. Got 2, 3, 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this sprue is a little bit flashy, probably because they've only got one tool, and for every one of these sprues you're making 4 of these, so the tool's probably seeing a lot more work. It is seeing a lot more work, therefore it's getting more wear, and you will start to get flash introduced. So yeah, these are actually the seats themselves. So we'll look at the least flashy one. I'm not worried about a little bit of flash, it doesn't matter, does it? But there we go, we've got the beautiful, see there, the really fine detail on that seat base. It's really, really nice. And then we've got the backrests there, which are going to have some padding on them. Oh no, they won't, because they're upstairs. That's better be something. Okay, so that's the backrests there, I'm assuming. Whatever, we've got backrests and bases there somehow, and then we've got the framework there for the actual seats to sit on. Very, very nice indeed. Looks like that's window frames there for the open and closed option. So we've got 4 of those, as I say. So they're really, really nice. And then we've got 3 of these. Yeah, we've got 3 of these, and these are beautifully moulded cushions. You can see on there the lovely cushion effect on those. Really, really nice. And then we've got some panels here. These are going on the inside of the or the outside of the upper deck, I believe. So we've got, oh no, we've got 4 of those, sorry. So we've got 4 of those. That's lovely. There's lovely, see? And then this very unusual sprue here with the, you can see it's got a protective leg on it, and that's so they can make this one-piece mudguard, which you can see is really thin. It's beautiful, really, really nice. God, this is going to be so difficult to put back in the bag, but in fact I won't bother. There we go, got some really fine detail on there. Very, very nice indeed. And we've got some lovely raised rivet detail on the top of those mudguards or fenders, whatever you want to call them. So that's very lovely. And then here we've got 2 of these. So this is wheels. So that's front wheels and rear wheels. We've got rims and everything there. Not sure what they are there. Perhaps they're brake drums. And then we've got some engine parts down here, cylinder heads by the look of it. That's part of the rear suspension, and this is all engine parts and greeblies here. We can see very, very finely detailed, very crisply moulded. There's no flash on here at all, but you can see the detail on those wheels. They look something like a bloody hot rod, don't they? A custom car. They look really nice. But, and those there, I believe they're brake drums, aren't they? They're very nice indeed. I'm glad I got this. I've always eyed this kit up but never actually made the move to get it. But recent events have forced me into wanting to support them, so this is what I'm doing. I've got another Miniart kit actually ordered from Dave Coley, and Royal Mail have lost it, so that's unfortunate. I don't think he's got another one in stock either. But more will be seen about that in the forthcoming future. So here we've got those grids that go underneath, cattle grids or whatever, they stop animals and things from going, or children from going underneath the bus. So nice little touch, get them sprayed black, bit of dirt on them, a few scratches and that. They look lovely. So they're very nice. We've got another little sprue here. This is that BD sprue with the curved axle, solid live foot axle, but for some reason this one's curved and the Army one is straight. Then we've got the radiator here, that's the top of the radiator, slide moulded, as are the headlights. So you've got beautiful deep headlights there because they're slide moulded, and we've got the actual the manufacturer on the top of the radiator there, which is General, I think that says. There we go, on there you can see you've got the writing on there. Yeah, all in all, very, very nice. Lovely, lovely model. We've got a funny shaped sprue here. So this is part of the clutch mechanism. These are parts of the intake and the exhaust, I'm guessing. More intake and exhaust there, and then we've got all our engine parts here. Steering wheel, more exhaust parts there. And this looks like chassis cross members and stuff. You can see it's all very nicely, cleanly, crisply moulded, all very nicely done. Really, really lovely. Put that one to one side, and then we've got this one here, final sprue, which is my favourite bit, chassis, and the chassis is a dream. It has no ejector pin marks on it. Trumpeter, Tamiya, Italeri, Hobby Boss. Here's how to make a chassis rail with no ejector pin marks in it. Revell, did I say? AMT. So yeah, very, very nice chassis rail detail you can see on there. You've got that lovely bolt detail on the surfaces. So really nice, very nice wooden grain there on that bulkhead there. That's the firewall for the driver. Another bulkhead there, looks like that's the actual... Oh, that's the floor for the driver, and this here is the bulkhead for the driver by the look of it. Again, beautiful detail on the inside, no ejector pins. We've got more lights there which have been slide moulded. So that's a really nice touch. Very little in the way of seams as well, so that's nice as well. And yeah, there's the clutch, I think. There's the flywheel there, and you've got the protective cover there. But leaf springs moulded in one piece with no shrinkage. God, these other manufacturers could really take a bit of tuition from these guys. Look, we know we normally get, you know, solid. Manufacturers generally make leaf springs in halves so they don't have the sink problems, and we all know that generally gets, you know, one piece leaf springs generally have bloody great big sink marks in the middle of them, but they've managed to, you know, do this without. We've got one piece cross members there as well, detailed both sides, no ejector pin marks, no shrinks. So yeah, really, really nice. God, what a lovely kit. So there we go, that is the Miniart B-Type London Omnibus 1919, and it's 38031. And I'm just looking, actually, they show you it on the front. How strange is that? They show you it here with the Evening Standard and everything on it, okay, but you don't have the Evening Standard as an option. Isn't that strange? So they're showing you on the front. This is obviously an option that's available in that other kit, but yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not missing something here. Yeah, very strange. They're showing you an option on the front there that you can't make from the kit, but hey, whatever. So there we go, there's the options you can make there, and then there's all your different bits and pieces there. It's all very, very nice. The older ones amongst us who did most of our growing up and recognise some of these names. I must admit, I've never heard of iron geloids. Sounds like a pile cream to me. Anyway, right. Thanks for watching, guys. That's been a review of that kit. Go get yourself one. It looks like a beautiful build.